Yesterday, Bitcoin saw a huge crash and especially altcoins were dumping very hard, as we can see on the charts. Bitcoin is also holding up very nicely on this huge upward sloping support line, but I will tell you everything about this later in the video. Because there are a lot of interesting informations I will discuss with you for Bitcoin. There's also a lot of interesting data coming in for the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs, and there's also a lot of interesting news coming into the markets which I will discuss with you in this video. I'm also going to have a look at two altcoins, and that will be XRP and Bittensor TAO, but about that later in the video. So you want to watch this video all the way to the end? Don't forget to slap up that like button because it will help this channel a lot, and let's dive right into the charts. On the 2-hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is holding this uptrend very strong, and this upward sloping support line is now coming into play again. And we can see that Bitcoin is seeing a lot of support coming into the market, and we also see a little bit of a bounce. So let's see if Bitcoin can separate itself from this level and eventually create more higher highs from here. But of course, this upward sloping support line is very dangerous because we could also see a break below it, that we're going to retest it as resistance, and from here, if we're going to break below it, I'm going to enter the market in a short because eventually this support line will be broken to the downside, and from here we can enter the market in a short, and we have to aim for lower targets. And this is nothing to worry about, of course, because the trend is still up, and as I'm always saying, the trend is your friend until it ends. So for now, we could see this make or break point for Bitcoin unfolding today. So we could just either see a bounce from the support level and that Bitcoin is going to show some strength, or that we're going to break below it and have to aim for lower targets. And if we zoom into the 1-hour time frame, I've been discussing this pattern for you in my latest videos. We saw this uptrend unfolding, but we also saw that we broke down, and we also retested this twice. So this bearish retest was a perfect play to enter the market in a short, and from there you could have entered the market and aim for lower targets. And this could be a very interesting short trade, especially when you are leveraging. So from this bearish retest, you could have made an increase of more than 5% on your leverage trade. So this was a beautiful trade to make. So congratulations if you took this trade. And personally, I didn't took this trade, but of course you could have always entered the market in a long, in a short. It depends on how your setup is. So for now, the breakdown target of this formation will be confluent with the lower side of this formation, and that has been reached. So this could mean that we also see a bounce from this level and that we just continue the bullish uptrend to the top side. And yesterday we had a very interesting day for the Bitcoin ETFs. We saw a total inflow of $479.1 million, and this was all because BlackRock and Fidelity were buying like crazy. So this is exactly what we want to see for the Bitcoin ETFs, and we can see a continuation of the bullish inflow, and we are making all-time high after all-time high. So this is looking very bullish. So let's see if we can come to the $40 billion of total inflows in the 2024. And of course, the Bitcoin ETF is already the most successful ETF ever in the history of ETFs. So this is looking very bullish, and let's see what we can see for the rest of the week, because the week is starting very good. And having a quick look at the Ethereum ETFs, we can see another positive day. We saw $149.8 million of inflow for the Ethereum ETFs, and this was all because of BlackRock and also Fidelity were buying yesterday. And now we are coming above the $1.5 billion in total cumulative inflow for the Ethereum ETF. So it is picking up steam, and that means that we are going to see much more higher prices for Ethereum if the inflows are going to stay positive. And yesterday, when Bitcoin dumped, we saw an $830 million of liquidation coming into the market for the cryptocurrency. So this is insane, of course, and this is also having a very bearish effect on the market. But of course, you don't have to panic when we see such corrections, because correction always happen, and especially in the bull market, because we see a lot of topside continuation, but eventually everyone is going to long trade, and now those longs are getting flushed, and we can maybe just continue the bullish uptrend. And we also had the Binance founder CZ saying that Bitcoin market cap should be way larger than gold's 19 trillion market cap. And if we're going to see a 19 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, that would mean that we're going to see at least a $1 million of per one Bitcoin. So this would of course be an insane target. So let me know in the comments, do you think that Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million ever in the future? And if we zoom out a little bit to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin was in this consolidation formation with multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and also on the lower side as support. And we saw that Bitcoin broke out bullish. We retested this huge resistance area as support, and we also saw that flash crash unfolding, but we ended up above this huge support area, and this is looking very bullish. And now this huge resistance area has been turned into support, and yesterday when Bitcoin dumped a little bit, we saw that this support area was getting tested again. So let's see if this support is holding strong enough, and if we're going to see a separation of this level again, and that we're going to continue the bullish uptrend to the top side. But of course, we could also see a little bit of a bearish break, that we're going to break below it again, and that we have to aim for lower targets. But of course, this is the bearish target, and let's see what will happen today. Are we going to see a bullish continuation of the bullish uptrend, or are we going to see a bearish break and that we have to aim for a correction again? And also on the 4-hour time frame, we can see this horizontal resistance was getting turned into support after we broke bullish. We saw multiple resistance touch points here in the past. Eventually we broke bullish, we retested it as support multiple times, and as we can see here, during the flash crash of Thursday, we saw a huge spike to the top side after touching the support area again. So for now it looks like that we're going to see a touch again for the support area, but of course we could also see that we're going to create a higher low and that we're going to create a bullish momentum to the top side. But however, keep in mind that we also can come back to this huge support area, and eventually we could also even break it to the downside, retest it as resistance, and from there you can aim for a lower target. And if Bitcoin is going to break below this level, I'm going to wait for a confirmation of the breakout, and then I'm going to enter the market in a short if we're going to come back to this level, and then I'm going to short the market, because this horizontal level is a very important level for Bitcoin. So this will be the make or break level for Bitcoin. And I will keep you posted about this trade, and the link to my Telegram channel will be in the description of this video. So if you click there, you can enter my Telegram group for free. And yesterday, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy buys another 21,550 Bitcoin, and it's worth more than $2.1 billion. So this is insane, of course. And he is just buying every time, no matter what the price is, and he's doing a perfect DCA. And Michael Saylor is also saying that he will be buying Bitcoin even if it's at a $1 million per coin, and I'll probably be buying it at a rate of $1 billion one day, because that is just what I do. And we can see here that Michael Saylor just bought 3 times at this all-time high around the $100,000, and just like yesterday he bought more. So this is insane, of course, and this every time we see a green dot, it means that MicroStrategy purchased more Bitcoin, and in total they now own $41.3 billion in total with Bitcoin, and in total they are 61% in profit, and that is a $50 billion in profit. So this is insane, of course, and I think he will go down in history as one of the best, or of course as one of the worst investors ever. And in the title of this video I was telling you that Bitcoin could see another huge crash, and if we zoom out to the weekly time frame, we can see something very dangerous is unfolding, because we can see on the chart a higher high unfolding, but on the RSI chart we can see a lower high unfolding, and this means that the buying pressure is cooling off, and this means that we're going to see a huge bearish divergence. So this bearish divergence could play out eventually, and that means that we're going to see a cooling off of the RSI, but also on the price of the Bitcoin. So for instance, it could look a little bit like this, but of course we want to see an invalidation of this bearish divergence, and that means that the RSI is going to climb up again, and that we're going to create a higher high on the RSI chart. But for now it is looking very dangerous, because we are creating this huge bearish divergence, and this is interesting to look at, because I'm now warning you that we could potentially see a huge correction, and that the RSI is coming off to a little bit of a neutral position, and from there we can maybe just continue the bullish uptrend. But for now this bearish divergence is unfolding, so keep in mind that I've warned you. And yesterday we also had some breaking news coming in. The Russian State Duma deputy Anton Tsakev urges finance minister of Russia to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And this is very bullish, because also America is busy to make a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and if Russia is also going to do it, then they of course will fight over who will be the first and who will get the most Bitcoin, because they just want Bitcoin on their balance. And the plans for America are that they are going to buy 1 million Bitcoin in the coming 5 years. So let's see what Russia's plans are for the future for Bitcoin, and of course if they are going to buy Bitcoin. And the first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Bittensor TAO. Yesterday during the dump we saw a big dump for Bittensor TAO, and also we came to this huge resistance area on the top side, which I was talking about in my earlier videos. we saw a huge rejection coming into the market, and now we are retesting this previous resistance as support, because after we broke bullish of this resistance area, we didn't retest it as support. So this is looking very beautiful, and on this retest you could have entered the market in a long, because as I'm always saying, I'm always buying at those green boxes of support. So this is looking very beautiful. But of course we can also see that the price of TAO is coming lower, but for now we are seeing this bullish retest and this support is holding strong for now. So let's see if TAO can just continue the bullish uptrend to the top side and create more top side potential. So of course eventually we want to break above this huge resistance area to the top side, and then Bittensor TAO will also create a new all-time high. So it's looking very bullish actually, but yesterday a lot of people were panicking because we saw a huge red candle, but I think this is nothing to worry about because we're still in this huge uptrend for Bittensor TAO, and it is looking very bullish, and this project is very good. And the second altcoin I want to have a look at is XRP. We can see that XRP on the weekly time frame was in this huge consolidation formation, and eventually we broke out bullish, and now we are seeing multiple weekly candles as in the green. But of course this weekly candle is a little bit red and we see a decline of 14% already. But of course there's nothing to worry about, because from these big breakout we are seeing a more than a 400% increase, and now we are only down for 14%. But however, I see a lot of people panicking about the price of XRP and what we're going to see for the coming days. But if we zoom in all the way to the XRP price chart for the 1 hour time frame, we can see this huge consolidation formation was unfolding. We can see multiple touch points on the top side as resistance, and also on the lower side we can see a huge upward sloping support area. We broke bearish, we retested this support area as resistance. From there you could have entered the market in a short, and then we have to aim for lower targets. And now we are seeing a huge decline after this bearish retest. So from this bearish retest you could have made an interesting gain of 14%. So this was a beautiful trade to make, and I've been sharing this on my socials. And the breakdown target of this formation will be the lower side of the formation, and that will be around the $1.82. And let's see if XRP is coming to this level and eventually see more continuation to the top side. But of course we have to keep in mind that this bearish break is now unfolding, and we can see after this beautiful uptrend a little bit of a downtrend unfolding. So this will be happening for XRP in the coming days. And also another very interesting project I want to talk about is Stage. And tomorrow on the 11th of December they will list and they will launch their token. So the listing will be on the 11th of December, as I'm saying, at 11 AM UTC time. The project has a lot of top investors that are backing the project. The launchpad that are supporting Stage are ChainGPT, Decubate, Ape Terminal and Easy. This is insane, and we have more than 300 KOLs trusting and supporting this project. So this is an insane project. And I think this could be one of those huge gems you've been waiting for, and it is launching at the end of 2024. But I have the feeling that this project could be one of those best launches ever in 2024. So this was it for today. Please leave a like if you think the video was useful. You can enter my Telegram group for free. Just click the link in the description under this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.